Alright, good morning. This is my latest aquaponics slash gardening update. And I thought I'd start with my little hybrid system here. As you can see, I've harvested a couple of the plants. Carrots have gotten kind of big, so I pulled them and ate them. Now, as I had mentioned in the past, a couple videos, these aren't growing exactly the way that I thought they would. As you see, they're getting a lot of root. The root system's getting pretty big, but the carrot itself isn't. They're just not getting that big. As I just mess this guy all up. I think what I'm going to be doing in the next couple weeks, here's another one. Nice root system, but carrots just aren't turning out that big. Is I think I'm going to spring for another one of these grow light and have that run at night, see if maybe it'll help them, and I'll show you why in just a bit. Also wanted to show you all, not quite sure if you can see it because the glare. If you're wondering, this is a sump tank, but I've got some catfish in here from our last catfishing trip. I get kind of lazy and decide not to clean them as soon as we get back. Let me see if I can grab one without dropping my camera in the water. You're not being very cooperative this morning. I got 4 in there. They're all ready to be eaten. They're eating size, but just haven't gotten there yet. Anyways, I'll try to get a short video set up so you can see these guys. So they're definitely worth taking a look at. Alright, this little grow container here, I went ahead and I harvested the carrots out of this one too. And I still got the jalapeno growing on here. It actually had a jalapeno on it. But in order to help, it seemed to be holding the plant back, so I went ahead and harvested it and threw that in an omelet in the morning. And already we got some new growth going on this plant. It's doing pretty well, so I'm going to see how that one does this year. And in place of the carrots, I went and got some strawberries. These were potted and cleaned off the roots, and I put them in here. First couple of days they had some shock. They were all wilted, as plants usually get when you transplant them, but they're coming out nice now. And these have gotten a little bit longer. We got some new growth coming out here, so they're doing pretty well. I'm very happy. You always get worried when you transplant because they don't look too good the first couple days, and you think they're going to not make it, but they're doing well. And then back to here. Still haven't worked on this one too much yet. This is the my other grow container, and I still got some carrots on there, but really the main growing plant is my pecan tree. As you can see, it's doing really well. In fact, it's doing so well, I've been thinking about, do I continue to let it grow in the container, or do I go ahead and transplant it to a pot? As you can see, this all started as a little stick. Now it's pretty well rooted in there. So I'm pretty sure it's probably taken over that whole half of the growing container. Now I'll probably end up harvesting these carrots in the next couple weeks. So I'll probably just give myself that time, a couple more weeks, and I'll decide whether or not to transplant it. I kind of want to wait at least until we get through our windy season that we get here in far west Texas. But I've been using these grow lights. They come on as soon as the sun sets, and they're making a huge difference. Now back over here, we got some radishes, 3 radish plants that I've been growing, and if you've been following my videos, I mean, this is pretty dramatic. They are growing like crazy. Actually, it looks like it might actually be 4 or 5 plants, but these were grown from seeds, and you know, they're at night, the grow light comes on. These are planted in 100% worm castings that I've been saving from last year, my worm farm that I've had going. I've already had to pull out some of the, I have some seeds that are sprouting, not quite sure what they are, but I've been pulling them, and I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and maybe let a couple grow up a little bit, see what they are. They're probably some kind of chili pepper, because I eat a lot of chili peppers, so I go through those pretty quickly. And this is being watered directly from the aquaponics system as well. Let me pause and I'll show you what I got going in the garden. Okay, we're back out here to my coffin garden that you've all probably seen, and this is completely full of carrots that were transplanted from either my aquaponics or my had a half barrel where I just dumped a bunch of carrot seeds. And once again, these went through about a week of shock, and when I first replanted them in here, most of them they just weren't doing good at all. But as you can see here, almost every single plant, I've got rows of 3. They've resprouted. In fact, I went ahead and I threw in a couple of cucumber plants here in the middle to hopefully take over the bottom of this container. And to my surprise, some seeds survived, I think from last year. Right there is a cilantro plant. Got another one growing there, which is really nice. Saved me the trouble of having to get those plants, and those will grow really quick. And I got a bunch of other seeds popped up. These are probably weeds from over the winter, so as they start growing, I'll start pulling those. This here, I'm not sure. It might be some kind of pepper plant, because I did have some jalapenos growing in here. But if you remember this container from last season, I had 3 really big celery plants growing there that had come directly out of my aquaponics, and Yeah, I got a lot of celeries out of that. I would just clip that as the season went. In fact, I ended up not even using most of it, and those plants ended up going into my compost. Well, what remained of them after the winter. But I'll keep you posted on how this is going. But it's looking really nice and green. Over here is a container where I've been pulling all of the carrots out of. They just keep spitting out more and more. And I've already harvested, I can't even tell you how many meals of carrots out of this. And looks like I'm going to be pulling carrots out for at least another couple months. And here's those containers that I made out of that plastic liner. And these sprouts are the same age as those sprouts that I showed you inside. So this shows you the difference of when we got the grow lights going overnight versus just the sun. Because these two are radishes. These here are all spinach. And I planted some more spinach, but they haven't sprouted yet. I got some little seeds popping up. Not sure what they are, but they're definitely not the spinach that I had planted. But hopefully those will germinate, and I'll see those popping up here within the next week or so. These out here are all the jalapeno plants that from last year, and I brought them in during the winter, and they're already, I got lots of little leaves popping up on all of them, so hopefully I'll be getting a head start, because these are fully formed plants. See, you got little leaves popping up. They look just like sticks when I first planted them, but pretty much all the old dried up leaves have fallen away, and they've been replaced by a bunch of nice new growth. And since I was impatient, I couldn't wait. I went ahead and went to the local greenhouse, and I got some more pepper plants. Not quite sure what this one is, but I know I planted a let's see if I can get this guy turned around. That's a serrano. I got habanero and a poblano. I got these planted in some root pouches, and they're doing really well. I went ahead too and planted a new tomato. And in this container, it was looking lonely, but I planted some tomatoes. But I've got this also planted full of 3 rows of radishes. And they're these white radishes that I hope will be coming out pretty soon. Once again, I got in here one of those jalapeno plants that I saved during the winter. Got a lot of new leaf growth, and a couple little jalapeno that are popped off on there. This here, I think I put in potato down at the bottom, and some green onions on top. I believe that's what I have going on there, some seeds, so we'll see if those sprout anytime soon. And that's about it for now. So let me know what you think, and make any comments that you might like to make, or questions, and please subscribe if you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and we'll catch you on the next video.